In less than 2 weeks, BTS will return as a full group for the first time in about 3 years and 9 months. The stage for their comeback? Gwanghwamun Square in the heart of Seoul. The fact that they picked this specific venue has drawn plenty of attention. Today, we'll discuss the significance of this location with David Kim, content creator and adjunct professor in the Media Creator Department at Kyungil University. Welcome back, David.
Hello, David.
Hello. Glad to be back.
Looking good in purple today.
Thank you. I'm glad you noticed.
Same
oh,
here.
yeah. We're all matching.
Well, first off, let's go over the basic details of this comeback stage of BTS. 광화문 Square is not really the usual K-pop concert venue. So how is this performance going to be carried out?
Yes. So as you mentioned, it is going to be held at Gwanghwamun Square, which is a historic, iconic stage. Nobody would have actually imagined that any K-pop star would be performing at Gwanghwamun Square. It's the literal heart of Seoul. So it's taking stage in less than 2 weeks from now on. I can't believe time just flies. March 21st is the actual date. Also, the format is going to be a massive free outdoor performance. The tickets have already sold out, obviously. I failed, epic fail there. But yeah, it's going to be filled with army, general citizens. An estimated 260,000 people is going to gather in Gwanghwamun Square up to City Hall. And also, they're going to debut their new title track, which has been revealed recently. It's called Swim, by the way. And along with a lot of their other medley songs. So it's going to bring a lot of joy to ARMY and fans all over the world. So yeah, I'm very excited for this grand kickoff at Gwanghwamun stage.
Same here. And David, you mentioned that it's unprecedented for a specific K-pop group to, hold a standalone concert there. I mean, Gwanghwamun has been hosting national events and festivals where we did see K-pop star performances, but not in this, in this format as a standalone concert. So tell us a little bit more about the significance of BTS holding their concert in Gwanghwamun.
Yes, so I think the paradigm has shifted. In the past, people saw K-pop as this thing for teenagers, mostly females, and they didn't really take it seriously. It was a form of entertainment. But now that we've entered the global era, and thanks to BTS opening up the gates, people are taking it much more seriously. In fact, they are performing at Gwanghwamun Square, and that itself just proves like my point, right? So yeah, it was traditionally for the Gwanghwamun stage was traditionally for national celebrations or public protests. It was more of a serious matter. So we can see that K-pop has now shifted into that realm. So it's taken more seriously thanks to BTS. And also the fact that BTS was accepted to perform here just means that the country and the citizens and the people of Korea have recognized them as a national cultural asset. So they are the epitome of patriotism, and they are just shining our country all over the world. So they definitely deserve the stage. And I would say that if it were for any other group to be performing there, no shade to the other groups, but it would have faced some kind of backlash from some sort of people. A minority of our country would be like, who are they to be performing at Gwanghwamun Square? But because it's BTS, they are hearing stuff like, oh, it's BTS. They deserve to be on that stage. So yeah, they have national consensus.
Right, good point there.
Yeah, I don't think there is a bigger name in K-pop than BTS at the moment, isn't it, right? So Gwanghwamun has also been the site of many historic moments, as you sort of mentioned before, and public gatherings in modern Korean history, like you said, protests, etc. For Koreans, what kind of symbolic space is Gwanghwamun?
So I definitely think we have to emphasize the historic value of Gwanghwamun itself. So in the past, in the Joseon dynasty, it was called the Yukjo Gori. That translates to the main street of 6 ministries. That means the king and the aristocrats and the whole government was functioning there. They had debates. They were actually governing the whole nation. So that is why we call it the heart and center of Seoul to this day. It is the core of national administration, after all. And to this day, we have the government, we have the Blue House, we have the foreign ministry, Ministry. We have like the Museum of History over there. A lot of embassies, including the U.S. Embassy. A lot of important organizations are placed in this location. So it just shows the significance and the value of the location itself. And also, I think right now, if you go there, you will see two monumental figures, Admiral Lee Sun-shin, and also King Sejong the Great, who made Hangul, and Lee Sun-shin, who protected us from Japanese invasions. So that itself just shows that how much Koreans cherish this space as a sacred and historical space. And the fact that BTS is performing there just adds more value to it. And yeah, I think, after this whole performance, people are going to insert BTS's performance as one of the historical moments that happened in Gwanghwamun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me add some more onto your answer there. So how should we interpret the fact that K-pop concert will be held in such a symbolic location? And why do you think BTS specifically chose Gwanghwamun?
So I think BTS chose it because of the authenticity and also the connection. So performing on Gwanghwamun Square and the Odo, we call it the King's Road, is something very different. It's something of a historical and serious matter. It defines BTS as the 21st century cultural royalty, if I would like to coin it like that. And also, they are returning to their roots after massive world tours, after their military service. They have a massive fandom internationally. But there's always been a complaint, we want to see BTS more in our own country. I think they've responded to that, and now when they're starting their leg of the whole world tour, they're starting in Korea and also launching this very epic start at Gwanghwamun. And that itself just shows a homecoming and them trying to return to their identities of being Korean, where it all started. So I'm personally very thankful for that. Also, I think the visual impact would be amazing because it's a 600-year-old historical site. Right now, if you see, there are contrasts between LED panels, skyscrapers, the Royal Palace, and now we're going to have a massive K-pop performance there. So the idea of it is just surreal, and it's a very just, a surreal thing to happen. Yeah.
And David, you mentioned that they are really doing this in their nation, in the heart of Seoul. But there is also tremendous interest from overseas fans, and probably some of them actually, did their ticketing, their flight bookings. They booked their flights to Seoul for this event, probably. Yes. So what do you think is Gwanghwamun? How does Gwanghwamun appeal to the overseas fans as well, do you think?
Yes. So, I mean, even if you're not a fan, if you're just a general tourist visiting Korea, Gwanghwamun is one of those places that you must go to. If you go to Gwanghwamun, you feel like you're time traveling. As I mentioned before, you are getting a taste of both the past and present. You're seeing the modern Korea and the old Korea as well. So that's the taste of it. And a lot of people coin Gwanghwamun as the Times Square of Seoul nowadays because of all of these massive LED panels flashing. And you can see BTS ads on them as well too. So yeah, that's like I think the charm of Gwanghwamun Square. It appeared on K-dramas a lot as well. One of my favorite K-dramas was The King. And you could see Lee Min-ho that was on like a white horse in front of Gwanghwamun Square. So that was epic as well. So yeah, I think, if you are visiting Korea, definitely visit Gwanghwamun and get like the ultimate experience. If you're an army now, it's added to your pilgrimage. So yeah, have fun.
And let's talk about the name of the title of the album, Arirang. We mentioned this before, David. You said it should enter the Oxford English Dictionary.
Yes.
The word Arirang itself.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's one of the most famous traditional folk songs of Korea and our station name. So again, let's talk about the significance of BTS having chosen this name for their album title.
Yes, so BTS is returning to their Korean roots. I think that is very clear. Also, with their album name Arirang, it just signals that. And I think they are just doubling down on the Korean DNA. As we already mentioned, Arirang is a mixture of all these Korean emotions and experiences from the emotion of Han, which is sorrow, the emotion of Hung, which is joy. We have Jung, which is connection, and also the resilient spirit of Korean people surviving through the ages of colonialism and foreign invasions. All of that combined is Arirang. So I think it's a genius and brilliant move for BTS to select this as their album cover. And also, I think it's cultural confidence as well. It's not very easy to make a very Korean term their album name, right? So I think now BTS is saying, oh, we are at that phase. We can title our album Arirang and rebrand it as this modern and also hip global anthem as well. So I think it shows a global message that like the most Korean thing is like the most global. Yeah, you know that saying, right?
Yeah.
So I think it just delivers the universal message of hope and the Koreanness and healing and directly from BTS. So yeah.
Right, and more than 200,000 people. Did you say 270,000?
260,000.
60,000
yes.
people. What a lot of people that's expected to come to that concert. But what kind of preparations, this is obviously going to be a very large crowd, are going to be managed during this massive crowd in the heart of Seoul?
Yes, so there is expected to be total government mobilization. So 260,000 people, that's a lot. And Korea has a sad recent past of the Itaewon crowd crush. So the Seoul government and the government is on the top priority should be safety for sure. So yeah, logistically they are making everything very easy for the businesses and the people in the area or the crowds. So they are bypassing subway stops such as City Hall and Gwanghwamun so that people will not flock towards like small funnels of roads in the subways. And also they are blocking roads. They're deploying a lot of police officers to control traffic. So yeah, there's a lot of strict zone management planned as well. Strict no camping policies. So Army, get that in mind. Yeah, there will be a lot of large outdoor screens as well to disperse the crowd and prevent people from like pushing forward as well. So I can definitely see that the Seoul city government and the government have collaborated to make it the safest possible. And yeah, it's just going to be unprecedented. I hope nobody gets hurt and it just goes perfectly.
Yes, we want this event to be as enjoyable and safe as possible, and we are super excited as well. I mean, none of us can make it to the concert. You mentioned that you unfortunately failed in the ticketing, but you are going to the April concert.
Yes.
So yeah, we're going to ask you about that as well sometime later.
Okay.
But thank you very much, David, for your insights and time today.
Thank you, David.
And thank you, Walter, as always. We're going to have you back here on Wednesday.
See you Wednesday.